With one bike thief locked up, the officers get ready for another sting. They swap positions while a plainclothes officer posing as a cycle courier locks up a new decoy bike.
Yeah, all received, OP2 over.
A cyclist soon starts to arouse suspicion. He's turned up on a bike but seems more interested in the others parked in the rack.
Yeah, all units from OP2, he is securing his bike now, so just keep standing by, over.
With his bicycle now safely locked up, the cyclist approaches the decoy bike while pretending to be on his mobile phone. He quickly reaches into his bag and pulls out a pair of wire cutters and cuts the lock.
Stand by. Yeah, move up, move up. IC1 Mel, remove the lock. All units from OP2, attack, attack, attack. Yeah.
Get down! Stay there, stay there. Roll over, roll over. Hands behind your back. Hands behind your back, nice one. Remain calm, remain calm. That's
Stand
it.
yourself up. Been seen acting suspiciously around the cycle. You're going to be searched for articles concerning theft of pedal cycles. There's a pair of cutters. There's 2 broken locks.
Nice one. Yeah, I'll go and call up for transport.
These extendable bolt cutters are easily capable of cutting through D-locks and chains. The 2 cut locks found in the bag suggest that the thief has already stolen 2 bikes before reaching the decoy police bike. He was taken back to Snow Hill Police Station and charged with the attempted theft of a pedal cycle and going equipped to steal. This is Britain's most prolific bike thief in action. For the last 3 years, Daniel Westrop has been targeting bikes locked up at railway stations by London-bound commuters. He was eventually arrested in March and admitted 10 counts of bicycle theft with 92 similar offences to be taken into consideration. But he failed to turn up at court for sentencing and a warrant was issued for his arrest. British Transport Police have just received information about Westrop's whereabouts and are on their way to raid a house in Catford. They're keen to get him into custody.
He has stolen over 102 bicycles, and that's a lot of money. Each bike, on average, costs about £250. Some of these bikes will cost £1,200. That's an average of about £25,000 this man has stolen in quite a short time.
The officers quickly approach the house on foot. 2 jump over the fence to make sure the wanted man doesn't try and escape out the back, while the other officers go through the front door.
Police! Police! Daniel, it's the police! Daniel, stay calm, it's the police!
Please, okay. I'm arresting you, okay, for being wanted on warrant. Okay, you do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you mention one question, something you later write in court.
Westrop was nicknamed King of the Bike Thieves, sometimes stealing 2 bikes a day and selling them in markets or on the street for as much as £100 a time. He's one of a growing number of serial bike thieves that are capitalising on the massive increase of cyclists in London and the South East. He was found guilty of theft of pedal cycles and received a 5-month suspended sentence and was banned from using South West trains. Police believe a large amount of stolen bikes are sold via auction sites on the internet, which are difficult to target. But like Westrop, many criminals sell them in markets or on the street for cash. We investigated London's black market trade in stolen bikes, and one location kept on coming up.
There are various markets where the bikes end up, places like Brick Lane, and I think there are places in Southwark, so the police know where to go.
What I've heard about Brick Lane is that if you lose a bike, that's the place to go and try and buy it back. I mean, you're almost bound to find it there somewhere.
We decided to pay the Brick Lane Sunday morning market a visit while secretly filming. Immediately we spot several expensive bikes propped up on a curb with a group of young men trying to sell them to passers-by. They're not licensed traders, but they're openly selling bikes and seem to be doing good business.
About that racer.
That's brand new. Not one scratch on here, nothing. Strike while the iron's hot, mate.
That's a nice bike.
brand new, brand spanking new. All we need is just a little wipe over, that's all. You know you want it, look. You know how much it costs as well. Look at the cranks on it, look. Brand new, look. Even the overflow there. Lip. Brand new, look. Bit dusty, look.
How much do you reckon it's worth?
Yeah. What is it? What is this? This? How much is this in the shop to buy? Yeah, no, I'm just going to look at one more of it. That's the God's honest truth. I could have said 6, 7, but he tell you the God's honest truth how much it is.
And how much do you want for it?
160.
130.
140, I'll do you 140.
Well, mate, all I've got is in my bank is 130, mate.
What was it?
130.
Anyway, mate, enjoy it, yeah?
I will do. Cheers.
We've just bought a brand new road bike we later confirmed was worth £400 for 130. Things just don't add up. Back at the office, we searched to see if the bike has been reported stolen, and sure enough, it had. A week before we bought the bike in Brick Lane, John Barker parked his new road bike outside Piccadilly Circus and went off to work. When he returned, he realised his bike had been stolen, despite being secured with a £40 lock.
Yeah, this is definitely my bike. Incredibly surprised to see it again. Once I realised it had gone, I didn't think there was much chance of me being able to get it back again. So yeah, extremely pleased.
The advice John got from the police was less than encouraging.
When I reported the bike stolen to the police, they did say to me that, you know, it's highly unlikely with the amount of bicycle crime there is in central London that they would recover the bike and be able to return it to me. And they actually advised me to go down to sort of East London and go to some local markets and see whether or not I could see it being sold by a street seller.
We decided to conduct our own investigation into cycle theft to find out what happens to some of the 80,000 bikes that are stolen every year. We bought 2 bicycles and took them to a leading tracking company in Mayfair. They designed us a GPS tracking system that could fit inside the saddles of our bikes, so we could accurately track them using a computer mapping system. The first tracker bike was locked up at 1 PM in southeast London, close to busy Waterloo train station. At 7 PM, this youth starts to act suspiciously. He pretends to be on his mobile phone while circling our bike and having a closer look at the lock. Then he gets out a pair of yellow wire cutters from his rucksack and openly starts to cut the cable. It only takes him 10 seconds before he's through. With the lock severed, the thief casually walks away to see if anyone has spotted him, but he decides that no one has. With the cable still hanging to the frame, the youth rides off with our bike just hours after we locked it up. Using the GPS tracker hidden in the saddle, we started to follow the bike. It was taken straight to Drury Lane in central London. During the next week, we covertly followed the bike, making several trips to southeast London and back again to Drury Lane. We weren't sure if the bike had been sold on or if the thief had held on to it. 7 days after our bike had been stolen, we caught up with it and confronted its rider. It turns out to be the youth that originally stole it.
Excuse me, I'm a reporter from ITV, a London programme. I was wondering, where did you get the bike from?
Bought it for a friend.
You bought it off a friend? We've actually got some video footage of you stealing the bike. Well, we filmed you stealing it.
You filmed me stealing it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did you steal it?
I don't steal nothing.
You didn't steal it? So we've got some video footage of you actually stealing it. So you're happy to give us our bike back?
No problem. Yeah, I'm happy to come back for you.
All right, well, thanks a lot for the bike. Don't do it again.
We locked our second tracker bike up in Islington at 1 PM, outside a busy shopping centre on Liverpool Road. Islington has one of the highest rates of bicycle theft in the UK, with over 1,500 thefts reported last year. Our bike didn't last long. At 3 p.m, 2 youths arrive on bikes with a third riding pillion. He jumps off the back of the bike and immediately starts cutting through the lock with a small pair of wire cutters. Seconds later, they're off with our bike. Using the GPS tracker, we followed the bike heading towards the West End. It eventually ended up in Ramillies Street, where it was stored. The next day, we visited Ramillies Street, armed with a secret camera. We soon spotted a youth riding our bike, but it wasn't one of the gang that originally stole it. We caught up with the cyclist, and he claimed to have owned the bike for a long time.
Look, get off the bike. Look under the saddle. There's a tracker under there.
It's a tracker?
Yeah.
What do you mean? I don't understand.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
So you had this bike for ages, have you?
Well, I bought it off of this man actually yesterday.
You bought it off a guy yesterday?
Yeah.
How much did you buy it for then?
50.
50 quid?
Yeah.
Okay. So you bought it off him on the street?
Yeah.
And we'll take the bike back now to ITV.
But I've not got 50 quid just to lose like that. That's why I bought it for 50 quid.
Well, next time you shouldn't buy a bike off someone in the street because they're all nicked. The kids that are selling these bikes are nicking them and selling them straight away.
So now I've like lost £50 my money just like that?
Yeah.
The hidden effect of bike theft is that it works as a significant disincentive. 2/3 of victims cycle less often, and nearly a quarter give up altogether. Despite police decoy bike operations and high-profile arrests, less than 5% of stolen bikes are reunited with their rightful owners. So what can you do to protect your bike from being stolen? Register your bike at www.immobilise.com. Buy a decent hardened steel D-log, or preferably 2. And if you can, make use of secure bicycle parking like this one in Finsbury Park. But while cycle theft continues to be such an easy and lucrative crime to commit, it will inevitably continue to grow.
Well, I think the problem of bike theft is going to get worse because there are going to be more and more bikes. Bikes are exploding onto the scene, and I think that cyclists aren't aware enough, the public isn't aware enough, and there's a collision here. But we're going to get it fixed. We have to raise awareness, both amongst cyclists and the general public, that bike theft is a big crime which is very troubling to society.